Welcome to Steelfest 2018. Today we have a typical black metal band, and that should raise a question mark. What do you mean by that? I mean full-blown female black metal band that was not only unable to, they were able to do a great album last year, one that would fit in my top 5 albums. And why? Because these ladies can do that music awesomely good. Just great stuff. And now I'm proudly to present you Hannah from the band called Asagraum, or how shall I pronounce it?
Well, in Dutch we pronounce it like Asagraum because we have the hard G, but I'm perfectly okay with Asagraum, Only Dutch people can say it like I, so...
Well, fair enough. You have your very hard language to go with. But let's start with very basic stuff. Dutch black metal that are, women made. What the hell is this all about?
Well, I started this band with our previous drummer Trish, who just happened to be another woman. In the beginning, I wasn't planning to start an all-female band, but it just happened that way. And I discovered that it drew a lot of curiosity, and it drew a lot of extra audience because there's not many female black metal bands around. So that's when I decided to keep a female lineup, and well, it works quite well till today.
Well, you not only made, like I said, a great album, but you also managed to breathe a little bit new into the kind of a very traditional, say, second wave black metal. What is your magic in all this music?
Well, I am combining old school black metal with psychedelic influences from Icelandic black metal. And I think we are one of the first bands who is doing that. So I think that's what makes the sound of Asagraum original.
So you're a satanic band, so what exactly satanic or Satanism or Satan in the first place, what do they mean to you as a person or as a band?
For me, Satan is a universal power that I can connect with, and I feel the name Satan is suitable because for me it is the opposite of God. The religions always say that you have to obey God, it's something you have to worship outside of yourself, and you have to follow rules that society imposes on you. And for me, Satan is the complete opposite. It's the power that gives you the ultimate liberty to make of your life whatever you want. And I feel that this universal power stands behind me, so I want to realize my full potential in life, and that's what I focus on in being a Satanist and in my life.
How does the Satanism reflect on your everyday life? Say, companionship, work, mundane tasks, or does it only have power or meaning when it goes outside the normality?
Well, it's that I would always choose my own will over what society or others expect from me. So I live up to my own standards, up to my own morals and values, and that's what's holy for me.
How much do your other people in your lineup agree with your personal views? Is it mandatory for them to play in your band, or is it just okay to choose whatever?
They do agree with my views, and I think that is important because we are having a very close relationship. We tour together, we have a lot of conversations, and if one's ideological views or general view on life differs too much, it can cause some conflicts, can cause a lesser connection with each other. And if we are on the stage, we all want to feel this magic together of the music, of the atmosphere, and also of the lyrics and the ideology. And it's the best if everyone agrees with the same ideology, but that is also the case in this band.
So they don't have a word, or they cannot, say oppose, like you should change the line in the lyrics or whatever. Is it more like, no, it's gonna stick and you have to live with it or get out?
Basically, the band on the albums will be me and the drummer, because I play all instruments on the albums except drums. But I know from our drummer A that she will not ask me to change the lyrics. But if she would, I would not agree, because it's my project and it's my philosophy that I use for that, and that has been clear from the beginning. And everyone is okay with that.
So, what would happen, theoretically speaking, if there was this, conflict of, say, philosophical matters, be it lyrical or otherwise? Would it be let's go my way, and you can find a new band, or submit and choose to continue?
Well, it depends what it is about, but musically and lyrically, they should agree on my view, because that's how the band started and that's what they agreed on when they joined. But if it's a personal matter, I'm not a that difficult person. I mean, besides playing the shows, they can do with their lives whatever they want. It's not up to me to make any rules besides that. So I don't think there will come any problem like that.
So, talking about being a woman in metal scene alone is a little bit difficult sometimes, especially, having your own band and, kind of a deserving the credibility and all that stuff. But what could even claim that even black metal, it's even harder. Do you agree with this statement?
Well, I wouldn't say easy. I have to practice hard like everyone else, but it has been a bit easier for my band to grow and to grow an audience than for a lot of all male bands who are very good, but they do not have this visual standout that we have.
What do you say, or what would you say to people who say, like, I'm a woman, I cannot, play a guitar or a set of drums because nobody would accept me or understand me, so it's just easier for me to, just be a fan or a groupie or whatever. Is this just utter bollocks and, grow some pair of balls, or is it like you don't just have what it takes?
Yeah, I think they do not have what it takes then, because you have to be a good musician, of course. Because bands who are just going on stage in their underwear, well, everyone watches them once and then everyone's done with it. So you have to be a good musician, and that takes discipline, and there aren't many people with discipline anyway, so a lot of women lack it as well.
Going back to the music before we conclude this stuff, so naturally black metal is the very natural outcome for philosophical topics when it comes to Satanism and all that stuff, but could you imagine yourself doing different kind of music with the same set of ideology and beliefs rather than black metal?
Yeah, I think I could do completely different music with this ideology if I would feel like it at some point. Right now I am enjoying making black metal very much, but I can imagine after some years maybe I would want to make some other music just for the difference and do that. So yeah, and I would still want to spread this ideology because I think it brings something good.
So what lies in the future of Asagraum?
We will release our second album in 2019 through Edged Circle Productions, and we have one more gig coming up after Steelfest, which will be Javelin Metal Fest, and we are working on getting more shows in the second half of 2018 and in 2019, but that will all be announced on our Facebook page.
So one last question before the actual last question is, what should people expect from Asagraum live?
It sounds basically the same as on the album, and we are trying to represent the satanic power on the stage, very powerful appearance, hypnotizing. That's what we want to do.
Okay, very fine. The last question would be always be, if you had one tip or kind of a rule that you would tell people to follow, what would that be?
I would say do what your inner self tells you, your deepest inner self. Do not listen to what your environment expects from you. Just listen to what do you really want and realize that in your life.
Thank you very much, Hannah. This is Steelfest 2018. There is some wisdom behind these words. Go check out the band, both live and on album, and I'm very doubtful you will regret my advice. And if you do, well, then you're in the wrong corner. Stop following Rauta and do something else. Find more suitable music in the mainstream or whatever. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay true to whatever you are.